Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frienemy Podcast, a place where best friends who hate each other get together and have various discussions. I'm your host, Mike, joined with my co-host, JP. JP, we have a special guest in the studio today.
All the way from NorCal, straight to here.
Straight to here?
Straight to here.
Who's our guest?
Our guest is Mr. Brandon Riley himself.
The one, the only Brandon. We're happy to have you. You came down for a man movie night.
It was exceptional.
It was pretty good,
I
right?
gotta say, I didn't think Patrick Swayze roundhousing people in sweats and whitewashed jeans was gonna be that cool. But the amount of titty that was in the show, the bad guy, how he just literally got like, I guess I can't say too many spoilers, but I was really excited. I was happy to hang out with you guys too. I missed you guys.
Yeah, and I prepped like a son of a bitch for this movie.
Yeah.
I wore light wash jeans when I worked out. I grilled like 4 different meats. I fixed the door that's been broken for the last 2 years. I was gonna fix the fan, but I couldn't.
Because you had to come over here and make the food, or what?
No, I just looked at it like, shit, I don't know how to fix that. I gotta look that up. So
I got my hair permed. I was ready to go.
Hell yeah, 80s
for those of you that don't know, we had a man movie night. We got to check out the 80s, almost 90s classic, but I would say an 80s classic of Roadhouse starring Patrick Swayze, a movie that definitely deserves its own man movie segment, and we'll get to that in a later episode. But today, we're happy to have a brand new sponsor. Our brand new sponsor is Curry's Curry, the hottest Indian food in Texas. Thank you, Curry.
Okay, so you knew from the last time that we had a guest on that we do a lightning round. We want our audience to connect with our guests and feel like you're in a studio with us. All right, so let me explain how this lightning round works, Riley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you some questions.
I'm ready.
Fire.
Drugs, jail, revolution, woken up mentality, then hang out with my friends again.
We haven't asked you any questions yet.
So,
is that the answer I give? No? Okay, ready.
I ask them, you spit them out. Lightning.
Ready, go.
Ready? First question. Why are you gay?
Can't say that.
Grower or shower?
Grower, definitely.
Stone Cold or The Rock?
Stone Cold.
The Rock.
The way the man chugs beer, get out of here. I love The Rock, but Stone Cold's my man.
Favorite position?
Doggy.
Nice. That's the second one.
Yeah. A lot of these are just Victor's answers.
Yes. Manscaped or all natural?
I'm prepared. Manscaped, but it's more of a convenience for me because I want to claim that I'm busy, but sometimes I'm just lazy. And so I can't be considered too considerate, but I consider others.
That's a weird answer, bro.
It's
yes or no.
I'm trying to justify whether the fact that I actually manscape or not. Because I'm not right now, I'm not. You know what I mean?
Too much information.
Out.
Like I said before,
I stop?
I'm a greased walrus down there.
It's looking like some porcelain floors, huh?
Yeah. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Female celebrity crush?
Shannon Elizabeth.
Male celebrity crush?
Shannon Elizabeth. No, Justin Bieber, because that fucker's kind of fine.
Oh, you get the fever?
Yeah.
The Bieber fever?
That's the first Justin Bieber mention on this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Bieber wrote the song "I'm Sorry to Me" because he broke my heart.
That song hits. I can't even lie.
It's a banger.
Yeah. What's the grossest thing about you?
If not my lack of soul, it's probably my feet or my armpits for some reason. I don't know. I have a pretty gross scar from a hernia that I had too. If you wanted to see that,
you have a lot of gross.
You have a hernia in your armpit?
No, I have a hernia above my dick, but it's actually my armpit though is weird because it kind of I don't want to. I mean, you can see it like it folds over and kind of one another.
What?
Like it's a fat pit.
Oh,
it's like a farm pit.
Oh boy.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, no, this is amazing.
I gotta let people know.
And finally, why do you hate Kyle?
Because I love to hate people. And Kyle makes it so easy to hate him. Like, you could look at Kyle and be like, even last night we were talking about the man movie, and I was like, man, I wish I had a suave friend that could be cool and fucking, help me hook up with chicks, like Sam Elliott to Patrick Swayze. But then I realized my best friend is fucking Kyle, man. And like, if you want to talk about a square fucking hullabaloo of a fucking I don't know. He's great.
He's bringing you down, man.
Yeah, I know. Usually, you want to have a good-looking wingman. Usually,
that's a good reason. Right. I hate Kyle personally because he has no eyebrows. He's like a '90s chola.
Yeah, but then he wears eyeglasses to hide the fact that he doesn't have any eyebrows. It was kind of weird last night.
Yeah, he was like an unfinished me character.
We didn't mention him last week. He's getting plenty of mention this week.
Yeah, love you, Kyle. Shut up. I hate your guts.
And that was the lightning round.
All right, we're going to kick it over to our next segment. And our next segment is a fan favorite. You guys write in each and every week, and that is this week's fan letter. JP, you have the envelope?
Yeah, Nigel. What the fuck, Nigel?
Slap it again?
Thank you.
You guys should get some proper help.
And it is addressed to Mike.
All right, here we go.
I'm ready.
Letter says, "Yo, Frienemy Podcast. Hey, Mike, motherfucker. How dare you? You recommended I give myself a stranger. You know, when you sit on your hand until it gets numb, then you masturbate so it feels like someone else did it. Well, guess what? My hand became too numb, and I couldn't even beat my meat at all. How did you even get the credentials to write self-love books? Is your degree in masturbation even real? Or is it fake like your advice? Better not see you on the streets. Tiberius. P.S. Kyle a hoe ass." Man, all right. Angry.
You made someone mad.
Angry fan letter this week.
So, how'd you get credentials?
For myself,
Your self-love, your masturbation.
my masturbation book. I'm kind of an expert in the subject. I mean,
Is it a self-accredited degree or something? Like, is it a self...
I was an 11-year-old boy at one point, so I think that gives me all the credentials I need. And Tiberius, as far as you doing the stranger incorrectly, there's a big disclaimer on the back of the book about that, about the allotted amount of time that you're supposed to sit on your hand. If you do it too long, that's not my fault. It's in the book.
Do we know that he sat on his hand too long? Or maybe that he didn't sit on his hand long enough and he found out he was jacking himself off?
Ooh, he didn't specify how long he did it.
This is partially a Tiberius
He just said
problem.
he couldn't beat his meat.
Well, because
That's
if you
pretty
find out
long,
that
man.
he's doing it, though...
Yeah. So, have you done a stranger yourself, or are you just giving this advice without trying it?
No. I would not give advice without actually testing my methods prior to. So you want to do it until it gets slightly numb and tingly. You know what I mean? That TV fuzz kind of, you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Like the TV on the wrong...
the static.
But
it's
on the
the
wrong
picture
input.
still kind of coming through.
Exactly.
You know
That's what you want. You want
Literally.
just enough to feel it, but not enough to know that it's your own hand.
Yeah.
That's the whole appeal of the technique.
Yes.
On a side note, now that we're old, the millennials are getting old. You know that TV static feeling that you had?
Yeah.
I don't have that no more. Now when my arm falls asleep, it's just excruciating pain.
It's just dead.
It's just a pain until the static goes away.
So it's like the devil grabbing your dick.
Yeah, no, not my dick, my arm.
I thought we were still talking about the stranger.
I couldn't even do a stranger if I tried to because my arm just excruciating.
You're like the pain. The pain when I grab my dick.
Sounds hot.
Well, thank you, Tiberius, and I agree. Kyle is a hoe ass.
Yeah. All right. We're going to move on to our next segment, and that is this week's Man Movie.
Man movies.
This week's Man Movie was picked by our guest. Riley, what's this week's Man Movie?
It is actually probably my favorite comedy of all time. It would happen to be Superbad, which I would have to say hits all the notes in regards to, like, the what's the term for
Adolescence?
Yeah, like adolescence, but it's very nostalgic.
There you go.
Nostalgic is the term in which I was looking for. But it's like it's a high school coming of age movie that is probably the funniest one that I think I've ever watched.
Would you be able to give us just a quick synopsis of the movie?
I believe it is in regards to two friends that have pretty much grown up together and they've been close their whole lives. But in some way...
2 hours later.
Society that requires people to, mature, right? Like they probably kept each other as good of friends they are, and that's not a bad thing. It's the fact that they probably have hindered each other in the ways of maturing and associating with other parts of the society, especially in regards to females. It sounds like, especially we were just talking about so much Vaj,
And this guy's a philosophizer.
I said fucking quick synopsis. It's over here opening books and shit.
You're welcome.
We're going to move into our first man grade category, and that is a category of action. JP, what do you give in Superbad in the category of action?
I'm giving it. I almost jumped, and like last week, I gave it an A. Just
Easy
'cause-
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
I jumped. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
B plus,
There's
that's
some
pretty
good.
high.
There's some. When he runs away from him, oh my god, he's the fastest kid alive.
I like the big fight scene at the party when they all hell breaks loose and they're all fighting each other and they all dogpile on top of that fat guy and they're just hitting him in the ribs.
Oh yeah.
And then it's what is it, Johnny's brother? Like, get him, Johnny's brother. That's pretty good. Seth, the character played by Jonah Hill, gets hit by a car
Oh yeah, that's
Multiple
right.
times actually. He gets backed into in front of the liquor store, and then the police hit him later
also.
on.
Yeah, that's right.
It's pretty good.
And side note, those police are great.
They are.
Bill
They're-
Hader and
Bill-
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, hilarious.
Yes.
Pussies on the pavement. Spread your shit.
Getting ahead of ourselves with the dialogue there. Riley, what's your grade for action?
Action, I would give it a B, a regular B.
I'm right there with you. A regular
Yeah.
B. Anything else to say as far as action goes?
But I'll say the suspense is good, especially when he's trying to sing to prove that he's the.
Yeah.
Once the pussy blood's on his leg, you know what I mean. The suspense really kicks in because he doesn't know what to do. So I could empathize with him on that. But yeah, anyways, I would say a B. Moving on.
So moving on, our next grade is going to be in the category of dialogue. Riley, what do you think about the dialogue for Superbad?
Dialogue, A+. Not in the sense that it was probably the most, like astounding or groundbreaking, but the fact that it was personally, for me, personally relatable. Like I could hear myself probably saying those lines if I had the opportunities that those could have, especially McLovin.
Oh, yeah.
When he's talking about, he was either between that or Muhammad. Like I'd probably do some off the wall shit like that. Like that was pretty good.
JP?
What about you guys?
A+ for sure. For our lady listeners out there, if you ever wondered how your boyfriend or your husband, like, how did he think when he was in high school?
Thank you, Jay.
It's exactly like those two.
Yeah.
All of us here, everything that they said, everything they thought about, everything from when the girl gets a breast reduction, and he's like, "Why would he do that?" That's like slapping God in the face.
I gotta say, when he's like, I gotta get a look at those warlocks. I love that. Like, and then they run over there to see this chick jogging. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, that's the exact dialogue that we would have in high school.
I agree. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an A+. I'm sure we're gonna be spouting out numerous lines throughout the entire episode about why some of the dialogue is so good, what is memorable, what sticks out to you. We're gonna go on to our next category, and that's gonna be 80s boob. JP, any boob in the movie?
No, I don't think there's actual nipple, but some pretty hot girls, and then yeah, they have a thing for redheads in this movie for sure. I want to say all three of the protagonist females are redheads.
I know there's the hot one in the hallway where McLovin tells her, it's 10:33.
She's a
And then
redhead.
quickly turns around and runs away from the thong, but it was admirable nonetheless.
She's a redhead. Emma Stone's a redhead. And I want to say the other chick's a red. The one that said, "I'm gonna give you a blow, Jay."
I'm
talking
gonna
about
give you a
Jules?
blow, Jay.
No, Jules is Emma Stone, I believe, correct?
Yeah, she's a
Yes.
redhead.
Yeah.
I'll give it a B.
A B? I'm gonna go right there with you. A B. Riley?
80s boob. I almost want to go A, but it's not within the category because even the that thong scene with the chick with the white pants and the G-string showing, like it's I would throw it in there usually, but no, I would have to say no. I'll say B+, just because of the fact that when Michael Cera got caught staring at that chick's tits, and he tried to look away real quick, like he was. I mean, yeah, when he's looking away, so I thought that was hilarious. So, but I'll say B+.
All right,
B+.
all right.
Give me B+.
I think that's pretty good all around. We're gonna move on to everyone's favorite scene. So JP, what is your favorite scene from Superbad?
This might be my favorite scene, period, in any movie.
In any movie.
This
is high
I can't
praise.
say it's up. It's hard to do just one. So I always like to say my top 5.
Right.
This is definitely a top 5 favorite scenes.
But in
Oh,
any
and-
scene that you would ever mention, this is always one of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
always. And that's when Jules, the main girl that Seth's interested in, asks him to buy beer for her party. And he runs up to Michael Cera at soccer practice, and just the comedy that ensues. Oh, it's just nonstop laughing through the whole movie. There's such classic lines. Like my favorite that I say all the time, even though it's very inappropriate, is "Mama's making a pubic salad. She needs some of Seth's own dressing. So she's DTF. She's down to fuck. She wants my dick in and around her mouth." I start cracking up every time.
I like that he's all out of breath during that scene.
Yeah.
And then the scene ends with him kicking the soccer ball. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he goes, "She wants to fuck. She wants to," and he kicks the ball. Fuck. It's just so good.
And then the PE teacher's like, "You're gonna get that, Seth." No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah. And then he tells that kid, remember when everybody peed your pants? Well, dude, that's in first grade. People don't forget.
So good. Great, fantastic scene in the movie. Riley, your favorite scene from Superbad?
It's a small one. It's a simple one, but I will never forget Jonah Hill, Seth, at the end of the movie when he's trying on the pants and he begins that sensual leg stretch, graceful as can be as a ballerina. And when he's like, "What's up, prof? You know, what's going on?" I don't know. He just, the way he just, I don't know what it was about that. Just how limber he was, maybe. It turned me on.
I like that scene because Michael Cera throughout the entire scene is just kind of subtly in the back saying, "Too tight."
Yeah.
Too tight. He says it like 10 times.
Is that what he was saying?
Okay, because he's in the back just going, "Too tight."
I was wrapped up in Jonah Hill's just thigh muscles. I guess I never appreciated Michael Cera's subtle comments.
My favorite scene in the movie is after the robbery in the liquor store when McLovin gets punched. The cops in the movie crack me up. That's Seth Rogen and Bill Hader. They come in, and I love their dialogue with the cashier. They're like, "So what did he look like? Did he look like you? Like, did he look like me?" And then she's like, "He looked like you." He's like, "Oh, a Jew." Very odd crime for a Jew. And then they're trying to determine his height, so he has a pen and he's raising it up and down. He's like, "Just say stop. Just say when." It's like they're the worst cops ever. I love it. They get the ID. They're like, "Your name's McLovin?" That's badass.
That's another part later on in the movie. He goes, "You cockblock McLovin. We're his friends. We're supposed to be guiding his car."
That's when he's looking up with the girl right when they walk in on him?
Yeah,
that's right. Oh, man.
So those are some of our... It's in. Those are some of our favorite scenes from Superbad. Riley, if you had to give it a grade of overall manliness, what would you give it?
Overall manliness, A+. Because it man, like I said, like it pertains just to the fact of everything that can be experienced, I guess, in the fact of growing up to be wanting to be a man. I wouldn't say I'm quite there yet. I'm still a little bit immature.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone loves dick and fart jokes, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, nonetheless, I would say A+ manliness. It hits all the notes for me.
JP?
Definitely A+. Now, I can't speak for you little Gen Zers on here, but for the millennials and the Generation X, that is exactly how we were. That's what we thought. That's the thing going through our mind. That's the comedy that we thought of. It's just about the women, about the way we walked around, talking about people's moms. It's exactly that way.
Which continues to this day for the most part.
Absolutely. I have to give it an A as well. I haven't grown up myself. And just that time, that period in your life when your hormones are getting the better of you and you're thinking with your dick. You're not thinking with your head. That's a real thing. And to be in high school, you're so confused, you're so stressed. Like sex stressed you out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's a big deal. And I think this movie hits all of those marks perfectly for me. So A+. Anything else to say about Superbad, guys?
Well, you want to fit in, but you want to get it in. So it's finding the middle ground in between.
Ooh, that's nice. Well said. Thank you, Ray. All right, we're going to move on to our next category, and that is going to be Random Ranks. Random. It's random.
This week...
Shh. It's okay. It'll be fine.
This week's Random Ranks is a long time coming. We've been talking about this one since the bit was created.
JP wanted to do this one first. I told him no.
Yeah, we postponed it, but it finally has arrived, and these girls might make you arrive. And that is top 5 old ladies.
Top 5 hot old ladies, not just old ladies.
Yeah. Betty White is number 1.
JP's like my grandma.
Okay, top 5 hottest old ladies.
All right.
Now there's some criteria that needs to be met.
That needs to be addressed.
Yes, and that's one is they have to be hot, obviously.
Cooked
and 2, 50 or older.
Yep.
You have to be a hot old lady, at least 50 or older.
Yes.
So we sat down.
That most people are familiar with. Let's hear it.
We sat down. We compiled a list, and we're going to get right into it for you guys. Riley, who was our number 5 hot lady over 50?
A very, very, very attractive woman who I'm sure is lovely in real life and has a great personality, but hot. H-O-T-T. Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. She's aged so well. JP, what are your thoughts on Halle Berry?
I've liked Halle Berry for a long time.
Yeah.
Remember when she was even hot as a Flintstone?
That's where I kind of got the short hair.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
And normally I do not like the short hair, but she can work it.
She's so pretty. She pulls it off.
And she's fine now, which is the most important. These are hot old ladies, not in their prime, because you can pick anybody in their prime.
Yeah.
These girls are still banging to this day.
Love the Flintstones outfit. I'm pretty sure I have a thing about fur because of the Flintstones outfit.
It's
Maybe
like,
woolly mammoth fur.
Is it like leopard print?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it's leopard print.
Yeah, it makes it hotter if it's leopard print.
Yeah.
I don't care. I was trying to jizz in every circle that she got.
All right, we're gonna move into number 4. JP, who's number 4?
Number 4 is Jennifer Aniston.
Ooh,
She
man,
doesn't age.
she doesn't.
That's how I started watching Friends.
You saw Jennifer Aniston now, and you're like, I have to check her out then.
No, well, actually, my wife's like, hey, do you want to watch Friends with me? I'm like, all right. And I'm like, oh, that's Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, so you kind of knew who she was, but you actually didn't understand the hotness?
I didn't understand the hotness. And then I was like, started watching it just for Jennifer Aniston. And then it transitioned to, no, I like Friends. Yeah.
And then, I mean, this is a side note, but like every other episode, she's in a tight t-shirt and her nipples are showing. Like, it's a very 90s thing, like the no bra era.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic. She's so hot in Friends, but she's even hot now. Horrible Bosses, she plays that really sexed up
Dentist, right?
And you're like, the things coming out of her mouth, you're like, oh my God, you were
Yeah.
incredibly hot. She plays a stripper in
We're the Millers.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, like, everything that comes out of her mouth in Horrible Bosses, I want to go in my mouth in Horrible Bosses. Like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, let me be in your dentist chair, girl.
This doesn't apply to her per se, but
Her character.
her character. In the movie when she's like, talk dirty to me, and he's like, I'm gonna jump up and down on your butt.
I have a secret theory that the reason that she has maintained her hotness for so long is it's just revenge on Brad Pitt.
I would agree.
It's like a burning, like she has this woman scorn thing that is like, fuck that. I'm going to be the hottest person forever just to spite this guy.
It might be. Brad Pitt kind of meme stalked. Like he bought it high with Angelina Jolie, and then it just depreciated.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It was the reverse game stonk.
Another guy that's aged well though. I mean, once
Brad
upon
Pitt?
a time in Hollywood, he looks so good.
That guy's a Greek god, bro.
Yeah. I'm digress. I'm sorry. This is hot. This isn't hot old guys.
But it's gonna be, and I would concur entirely with the Brad Pitt hotness.
JP, you were very high on our number 3 pick. Who is
Give
number
it to
3?
us.
Yeah, this is particularly because she don't look like she's not like hot for an old lady. She's just hot. Just Jennifer Lopez, like the ageless wonder.
I can't think of Jennifer Lopez without saying Jennifer Lopez, taco flavored kisses.
She is so hot that she's like a platinum singer, and she has no singing talent whatsoever.
I really liked when she was in the Super Bowl halftime show last year, and
With
it was
Shakira?
her and Shakira, and you're like,
man.
oh man, I forgot how hot both these chicks are.
Yeah.
The fact that I think Shakira is like significantly younger than she is, the fact that she can hold her own on stage with Shakira is pretty impressive. And then it gave us the great.
Yeah, that's right.
I was trying to motorboat the television when I seen both their asses shaking it on the halftime show.
Jeez.
Yeah, I still have tongue marks on my television. Sorry, but not really.
All right. Anything else to say about J-Lo? I think that's pretty,
That's
pretty
much
comprehensive.
right
All right. We're going to move into number 2. Our number 2 hot old lady over 50. She's been making an appearance lately a lot. I think her career's kind of resurged. She's Aunt May in Spider-Man. That's Marissa Tomei.
The hottest Aunt May for
Oh,
sure.
my gosh.
We're not worthy.
Oh, yes.
We're not worthy.
She's aged like a fine wine. She looked good when she was younger. I think she looks better now. Like, there's something about her. You're like, she's just so attractive for an older lady.
When I seen her, I remember the Mel Gibson movie with What Women Want, and she was one of the people that he hooked up with on intermittently. And I remember with just him like on the toilet, you know, trying to be like Atlas, like pondering how to please a woman or whatever. But she was so hot in that movie. And then I seen her in Spider-Man. Oh man. You're welcome. That's my heart. It's pumping.
beating.
And even Tony Stark was like, "Yo, Peter, what's up with your aunt?"
He was like, "Are we even going to talk about the hot aunt in the other room? Like, how is this possible?" Yeah, it doesn't make any sense that she's this old, this hot still. We're all grateful for it. JP, who is our number 1? Who tops the list in hotness
Number one
over
hottest.
50?
She came out in the 90s, the hottest thing around, and stayed. And that is Selma Hayek.
Oh man, she is
Schwing.
yeah, exactly. A schwing.
Yes.
That's a perfect way to put it. Schwing. I like her appearance a lot in 30 Rock. She shows up as Jack Donaghy's girlfriend. She's just so gorgeous in that show. Anything else to say about Selma Hayek, guys? I know there's a lot.
Yeah, she's even hot when she has her Anthony Davis costume on with that unibrow. What was that? What was that?
Talking about Frida?
Yeah. She's still banging with that.
I like, it's a little scene that I saw it when I was young and it really stuck out to me. But Wild Wild West, when the butt flap, she's in the pajamas and like you see her ass as she's walking away, you're like, oh my God, like she's incredibly hot.
I had to high five Mike right now in case you got that.
Yeah, sorry if that picked up on the
And
audio.
also her accent adds to it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
She was hot when she had a demon facing from dusk till dawn with a snake wrapped around her.
So hot, man.
Suck my blood, girl.
She's, yeah, in 30 Rock, she kisses Liz Lemon. She kisses Tina Fey.
Oh, she did? I didn't see that one.
She kisses her, and then Tina Fey's like, I can see why he likes it. Like, all right. I think that wraps up our top 5 hottest women over 50. This list was so big, though, that there were some ladies that unfortunately got left off. We have some honorable mentions in our top 5. JP, who's our first honorable mention?
Sandra Bullock.
Well
Good, Andrew.
deserved. Well earned. God bless your heart and soul, you Texas lullaby.
Was it The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds that is one of her later movies?
Yes.
Yeah, so like for her to stand up with Ryan Reynolds, who's like this really hot young guy.
I thought that Rod Reynolds is older than her in the movie.
Yeah.
Even though it was a proposal about her, I was like, damn, girl, way to swoop up the old man.
I've liked her ever since. I had a huge crush on her ever since Demolition Man. When she's in Demolition Man, she's so cute and quirky and hot in that movie.
When she asked him, or sorry, go ahead, Mike, go ahead.
No, I know where you're going with this. Go
When
ahead.
she asked him to have sex
Yep.
with her, with the VR, go ahead, please.
And then they have sex, and then this is a huge tangent, but fucking Stallone, his grunting noises, and then afterward he gets all mad. He's like, and he says the hugga chugga,
The hunka chunka.
the hunka chunka as sex. Who says that? Like, I'm sorry, it's a huge tangent, but he's so weird in that movie. All right, JP, who's our next honorable mention?
And she gets bonus points for being real old. She's 60. And that is Julianne Moore.
Anything to say about Julianne Moore, Riley?
I would love to say that the fact that her bohemian status in Big Lebowski, I found very attractive. I think she's very eccentric and very hot.
Boogie Nights,
That was very hot too.
very hot in that. And she's another one that shows up in 30 Rock, as we're seeing a theme here.
Oh,
Jack Donaghy gets hot old ladies.
Is that one of his also?
That is one of his
See?
also.
I'm not familiar enough with 30 Rock.
Yep. JP, who is our number 1 honorable mention?
Well, actually, we have another honorable mention after that.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'll give you-
Go with the one on the list.
give the
You're
one
hitting
list.
us with an audible, a
Yeah.
surprise.
So,
we're gonna let that go.
Number 1, Elizabeth Hurley.
Oof.
She's on the IG, just flexing for the gram.
If
looking hot.
you've listened to any other podcast, which is unlikely, but if you've listened to the Joe Rogan podcast, he brings her up quite a bit. I think he has a little bit of a crush on Elizabeth Hurley.
He better, because everyone should. The hottest English-British chick with the Brazilian landing strip. God bless her heart and soul. Wear what you wear, girl. Handle that.
And our number 1 hottest old lady, honorable mention, Mike's mom.
Yeah, my mom's hot.
What's up, girl?
Fuck you guys, man.
Hey, can I send you a message with the... Can I get them digits?
Enough of this. We're going to move on to our next segment. And that is going to be a JP's Drawing Corner.
Where's the legs at?
So, JP, you drew me last week.
Yeah.
I appreciated it. I'm just happy to occupy your mind that much for you to have to get some revenge on me.
Well, you know I take this art shit serious, bro.
You do, brah.
Hey, I must say, just for the record, let this be known, his Photoshop skills throughout the past, 3-4 years, have gotten to the point of almost God tier. It's very well done. Your thumbnails for the podcast episodes are very well done, but JP's Photoshops, stellar, I must say.
I like to say he's the fastest in the West.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. I take that with pride. Now, this week, in honor of our honorable guest, I drew a picture of him. And we have Riley going to a cock meat sandwich stand. And you see him say, "Hey, Schwimmer, how many?" And Riley replies, "I'll take 2.
That's not right. That's David Schwimmer. That's not Riley.
Shut the fucking asshole. Shut up.
You know, it was mentioned earlier, Jennifer Aniston, she dated Ross, a.k.a. Riley.
If I was lucky.
Which is the most mismatched relationship ever. Like, there's no way that this dorky Ross dude could ever be with Jennifer. I never bought that in the show. Did you guys?
No, I didn't.
No, because he was all like neurotic and weird, and it looks like Riley. I'm like, there's no way.
Well, I'm kind of neurotic and weird, so I can see how you two motherfuckers would extrapolate this shit.
No, I
Well
I like the detail. I like the detail to the shoes. He's wearing some Converse. I pick up on that. Really nice
Yes,
attention to detail, JP.
If you know Riley again, you know my art realism.
Yep.
I must say that the drawing is accurate. Because if there were two cock meat sandwiches, or if there were cock meat sandwiches, I would order two.
Yeah,
Because I'm not going to just do this shit halfway.
It says 2, please. I like that your left arm is abnormally long.
Yes, it would be going into my pocket too. Because I'm going to order cock meat sandwiches. I'm going to taste the actual meat of a cock.
You know, you're getting the money out to buy.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, in realism, wearing the Converse.
Yeah.
Thank
Riley
you.
always has sunglasses on.
He looks blind. Those are the same. He's got some fucking Matt Murdock glasses on.
It's because he's blind to the haters, all right?
Where are the cock meat sandwiches? I can't see them.
That's why I'm having to yell, I'll take two. They have to bring it to me. I can't go get that shit. Bring that shit to me, damn it.
These glasses are so dark.
Fucking blind swimmer.
Oh, it's good. Anything else you'd like to say on that, Riley? On your portrait?
I'm just so happy that I got to order two.
I was wondering, JP was staring at you during the Man movie night the entire time. He was capturing your essence.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank God I was drunk. He actually was able to capture my true essence.
He's over there sketching the entire time. Riley said, draw me like one of your French ladies.
Hell yeah. I can put French tips on the nails to get in the French mood.
Nice. JP, anything else to say about your art?
No, just like I say always, every week, you're welcome.
This is not fiction art.
Well
Not
done.
fiction art this week.
Yeah, this is not
back to my realism.
All right.
this is not art imitating life. This is life imitating art.
Thank you, JP. I think that wraps up this week's a JP's Drawing Corner. All right, we're going to get into our final segment of Frienemy Podcast number 12, and that is going to be this week's relationship advice. JP, you have a letter from Nigel.
Yeah. Okay, so Brian writes in, "Hi, Frienemy Podcast. Me and my girlfriend are getting serious. She says she's ready to take it to the next level. She actually asked me to go and purchase her some female products, you know, tampons, pads, and all that.
Sanitary.
Sanitary. How do you feel about this, and what should I do?"
That's a tough question. If you've been in a relationship long enough, you eventually run into this dilemma. JP, do you have any advice for this gentleman?
Yeah, I got a couple of points. You shouldn't do it.
Not at all?
No, first one, because you do it once, she doesn't expect you to go get her pussy pads all the
Oh,
time.
man. Give a mouse a cookie, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, give a pussy a fucking
A
douchebag.
Number two, have you ever been in that aisle?
It's terrifying.
Yeah, like, you don't even know what size coochie she is. Some of them are big, they're large, heavy flow. There's some are tampons, some are pads, some like little
I'm pretty
Band-Aids.
sure I've seen drumstick shaped. I don't know if that's a thing or not.
Is that a thing? I always I'm always afraid. I have to like call her up and be like, "Hey, what size pussy do you have?" And then you're like, "Don't say Supermax. Don't say Supermax."
Heavy flow. Is it super flow or heavy flow? I think I always think I'm about to fucking kick a fucking cipher with a bunch of rappers when I hear flow.
Yeah, like, and could they like glide off a building when they got the ones with the wings?
I don't know. I'm like, why do you need wings? Extra
Red Bull,
lift. It's scary. If that were an aisle for like a man product, there would be like two options. You know what I mean? You would have like
White or black.
yeah, exactly, or rough and extra rough.
I also think I think the pads were invented by women because women be like, "Oh, it's okay, let's absorb it and take care of it." And I think tampons were invented by man, like, "Oh, let's plug this hole," you know, which is the right idea.
I know, a pad's so weird. You're like, I'm gonna bleed onto a blanket for 8 hours. You're like, what are you doing? That's gross.
And if I have a nosebleed, I don't sit on my pillow and let that shit bleed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, stick
Throw
something in
some
there.
Vaseline, throw something in there. Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking cotton or fucking, I don't know.
Poor
toothpicks.
ladies, man. Wait,
So,
go ahead,
so
JP.
Brian, set the precedent. Say, no, nah, you go get your own pussy pads, all right?
The mysteries of the tampoon, man. It's so scary. Right?
Yeah.
There's like string. It's like it's a scary contraption.
Mysterious lady parts.
Yeah, and if you've ever seen them like discarded, you're like, what is that? Did
Roadkill.
Yeah. Did they need tools to put that in?
Did they need tools to pull it out?
Yeah. Where are the pliers? JP, anything else on this week's relationship advice topic?
No, now don't get it wrong. It's always good to do things for.
We love
lady.
women.
But there's some things you need to keep to themselves. Like, I won't send her out to pick my weights. You know, that's man-only things. Some things women's got to do their own things.
I think that's fantastic relationship advice. As always, giving you guys the best relationship advice you can find on the internet. We've got to know our guest Riley quite a bit.
Thank you very much for having me, y'all. It's been a pleasure and an honor being here.
Got to talk about
Shut up.
Masturbation.
Thank you.
My fan letter. Covered the man movie. Riley picked Superbad. Fantastic choice.
Thank you.
JP, we covered some random ranks today. And
By the way, JP, Selma Hayek, fine choice, sir.
JP drew a picture of David Schwimmer.
Shut up.
And for first, we talked about tampons.
Yeah.
In this week's relationship advice. Thank you guys for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. It always helps the channel out. JP, anything else to say?
Yeah, remember, Ryan, DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. If you're going to hit legs on a Monday, you don't want to hit them again until Thursday. Stay out there, boy. I see you.
Anything you'd like to say to Ryan?
So woo, Wu-Tang motherfucker, what's up? See you with that PS5 on the streets, homie.
And as always, obligatory Ryan reference. Love you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you in the next one.